I overheard my cheating wife laughing to her friend. "My husband is so stupid. He had no idea I was sleeping with my lover in the next room while he played with the kids." She thought she'd gotten away with it, but she had no clue I heard everything. And that was the moment I decided her betrayal would cost her far more than she ever imagined. The pain, suffering, and regret I had planned would make her few hours of pleasure feel like a curse she'd never escape. For years, I believed I had built a happy life. A wife, 2 beautiful kids, a house that took years of hard work to afford. It wasn't a fairy tale, but it was ours. My wife, Emily, was charming, beautiful, and to all appearances, a loving mother and devoted partner. If you'd asked me a month ago if I trusted her, I would have said without hesitation. Now I know that I was living in a fool's paradise. It all started on a night like any other. I had come home early from work, hoping to surprise Emily with dinner. The kids were playing upstairs, their laughter echoing through the house. I loved moments like this where everything felt safe, secure, but security is an illusion, one that can shatter in an instant. As I walked past the kitchen, I heard Emily's voice, soft and playful, but carrying a cruel edge. My footsteps slowed. She was on the phone. I wasn't eavesdropping at first, just casually listening, until I heard my name. God, he's so stupid, Lisa. He had no idea I was sleeping with Jason in the next room while he was playing with the kids downstairs. My blood turned to ice. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I felt like the walls were closing in around me, suffocating me in the weight of her words. I know, right? And the best part? He's so trusting, so predictable. He never even questioned why I was so tired every night. Like, gee, I don't know. Maybe because I was getting railed hours before he got home? She laughed, that horrible, mocking laugh, and my whole world collapsed. I felt physically ill. My stomach churned as my mind replayed every moment I had trusted her, every hug, every kiss, every lie. And then something inside me snapped. She thought she had won. She thought she was untouchable. But she had no idea that in this moment, she had just sealed her fate. I didn't storm in and confront her. Not yet. That's what she would expect. No. I wanted her to continue feeling safe, to believe that she was still in control. I forced myself to walk away from the conversation, my mind racing. I needed proof, solid, undeniable evidence. I couldn't just destroy her emotionally. I needed to make sure she lost everything. And so I began my game of deception. That night, I acted as if nothing was wrong. I kissed her on the forehead, told her I loved her. She smiled, oblivious. She had no idea that I had already mentally buried our marriage. The next day, I called a lawyer, a divorce attorney who specialized in high-conflict cases. I didn't just want out. I wanted to strip her of everything she had taken for granted. Then I started gathering evidence. I bought small security cameras and placed them in strategic areas: the bedroom, the hallway, and even the guest room where she had been meeting Jason. I accessed our phone records, pulled up every suspicious message and call log, and saved copies of them. And then I waited. I waited for her to hang herself with her own rope. 3 weeks passed, and I gathered enough evidence to burn her life to the ground. I didn't just get proof of the affair. I got every humiliating detail. I had recordings of her moaning his name while I was downstairs with our children. I had texts where she mocked me, calling me boring, weak, and pathetic. I had bank statements showing money she had spent on their little escapades behind my back. But I wasn't done yet. I needed one final piece, something that would make sure her downfall was absolute. Then one night, she handed it to me on a silver platter. I pretended to go out for drinks with a coworker. Instead, I parked my car 2 blocks away, slipped through the back door, and positioned myself just outside the guest bedroom, where I knew Jason would be. And I recorded everything. Their filthy words, the degrading things she said about me, the sound of her betrayal, all of it was captured. This was it, the moment before the storm hit. The next morning, I set my revenge in motion. I scheduled a family dinner at her parents' house. Emily had no idea why, but I insisted it was something special. She dressed up, looking radiant, as if nothing had changed. She kissed me on the cheek, clueless that this was the last time she would ever see me as her husband. As we arrived, I greeted her parents warmly. They were good people, and I had no intention of sparing Emily's reputation with them. I wanted them to know exactly who their daughter was. Once we were seated, I stood up, took a deep breath, and played the recording. The room fell silent. Emily's face drained of all color. Her mother gasped, hands covering her mouth. Her father's eyes burned with rage and disappointment. "I'm so sorry you had to hear this," I said, my voice steady. "But you needed to know who she really is." Emily stammered, her hands shaking. This isn't what it looks like. Please, I cut her off, sliding the divorce papers across the table. "I already filed. I'm taking full custody of the kids, and I have more than enough evidence to prove you're an unfit mother. You can fight it, but I promise you, I will win." Tears welled in her eyes. "But please, we can talk about this." I laughed, a cold, empty laugh. "Talk? Like how you laughed about me? How you mocked me while you slept with Jason in the next room?" Jason, who had been silent until now, tried to slink away. I wasn't about to let that happen. I turned to him. "Oh, and by the way, Jason, your wife already knows." His eyes widened in horror. I had sent everything to his wife the night before: screenshots, recordings, bank statements. Emily wasn't the only one about to lose everything. Jason's phone buzzed repeatedly. His face turned a ghostly pale. "You son of a..." he started. "Save it," I said, standing up. "You both deserve each other." The weight of the silence in the dining room was suffocating. Emily sat frozen, her face drained of color, her lips trembling as her parents stared at her in horrified disappointment. Her mother was the first to speak. "Emily, tell me this isn't true." Tears welled in Emily's eyes. "Mom, I cut her off. "Don't even try to lie. You've been caught. There's no way out." Jason was already reaching for his phone, his hands shaking as he scrolled through the damning evidence his wife had just sent him, his face twisted with rage and fear. I had destroyed his marriage in a single move. Emily turned to me, eyes pleading. "Please, let's go home. Let's talk about this in private." I chuckled coldly. "Oh, you wanted privacy? Where was my privacy when you were screwing Jason while I was downstairs with our kids?" Her father, usually a reserved and patient man, slammed his fist against the table. "I raised you better than this, Emily. How could you betray your family like this?" Tears were now openly streaming down her face, but I didn't care. She had laughed at me, mocked me, and now she was going to face the same humiliation she so easily dished out. "Here's how this is going to go," I said, standing up and sliding the divorce papers toward her again. "You sign these papers, you forfeit any claims to the house. I get full custody of the kids because I have evidence proving you're an unfit mother. If you fight it, I will make sure the court hears every single recording of you sneaking around while I was taking care of them." She was sobbing now, her body shaking as she looked around for support, but there was none. Even her own mother turned away from her in shame. "You want to be with Jason?" I continued, my voice icy. "Go ahead, but just so you know, he won't be able to support you." Jason's head shot up. "What the hell does that mean?" I smirked. "Check your bank accounts." His fingers fumbled over his phone, his face paling as reality crashed down on him. You reported me?" His voice cracked with panic. I nodded. "Oh, absolutely. All those business transactions you made using company funds? Yeah, that's embezzlement, buddy. I sent the reports to your employer this morning. You should be expecting a call from HR any minute now." As if on cue, his phone buzzed violently. He swallowed hard, his entire body slumping as his entire world imploded in real time. Emily looked between us, realization finally hitting her. "What did you do?" she whispered. I leaned in, my voice low and venomous. "I did what you never expected. I outplayed you." She gasped for air, her entire body racked with despair. She had lost everything in the span of 5 minutes, and I wasn't done yet. I walked out of that house without looking back. Emily didn't try to stop me. She just sat there, broken, watching her entire life burn around her. The moment I got home, I went straight to the kids' room. My 2 little ones were asleep, their innocent faces completely oblivious to the chaos their mother had unleashed. I knelt beside their beds, my heart aching, not for Emily, but for them. They didn't deserve this, and I swore that I would never let them suffer for her mistakes. The next day, Emily tried calling me over 20 times. I didn't pick up. She sent texts. "Please, let's talk. I didn't mean for this to happen. I can change. Please don't do this." I ignored every single one. She didn't deserve my time. Then came the desperate messages from mutual friends. "Hey man, Emily is a mess. She's begging to talk to you. I know she screwed up, but don't you think this is too much? You're really going to take everything from her?" I blocked every number. Emily made her choices. Now she was going to live with them. A week later, my lawyer finalized everything. Emily lost everything in the divorce settlement. No alimony, no assets, no custody. Jason fired, Emily jobless. Their relationship already crumbling under the weight of their disgrace. But karma wasn't done yet. A few months later, I got a call from a mutual friend. "Hey man, you're not going to believe this. Emily got evicted from her apartment. She's back living with her parents." I raised an eyebrow. "Oh, she looks terrible. She's lost a lot of weight. She's miserable." I felt nothing. No sympathy, no sadness, just peace. For months, she had made a fool out of me. She had laughed at me, mocked me, disrespected our family. And now, every single smug laugh she had shared with her friends was coming back to haunt her. I hung up the phone without responding. Emily had always thought she was smarter than me. She thought she could manipulate me forever. But in the end, she was just another cheater who lost everything. And I walked away free, with my kids, my dignity, and a future untouched by her betrayal. Revenge isn't always about anger. It's about justice. Karma will always catch up to those who think they're untouchable. The best revenge is living well and letting them destroy themselves. Emily had gambled her entire life for a few moments of pleasure, and she lost everything. I survived. I thrived, and I never looked back. Was this revenge justified, or did it go too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear your take. And if you love jaw-dropping pro-revenge stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash the like for more thrilling tales you won't want to miss. Every like, share, and subscription means the world to us. It helps us keep bringing you the stories you crave. Your support truly makes a difference. Thank you so much for being part of our community.